my family runs a Mexican restaurant in Los Angeles because obviously that's what you do when your last name is Hansen, right? So the fact that we had zero Latino heritage whatsoever wasn't the only problem that we were facing. First, there were already several other Mexican restaurants established in our town. Okay, and they knew what they were doing. Number two, we had terrible parking. I mean, welcome to Los Angeles, right? And number three, my definition of spicy at the time was a glazed donut, okay? So how were we even going to succeed? Well, for starters, we embraced the awkwardness because we named our restaurant Los Gringos Locos, okay? The crazy, dumb white guys. And when you think about it, it kind of makes a lot of sense, right? Pretty appropriate. But the second thing we did is what changed everything. Because I'll never forget the day when my uncle pulled me aside and he said, Christian, we can't just serve food. We have to serve an experience. And I remember thinking, well, isn't it just about having the best food? And he said, well, yeah, but think about it. The other restaurants, they have the same food suppliers as we do. So we can't say that we have more fresh food, right? And there's, our food's good, but there's only so much you can do to make refried beans amazing, okay? And lastly, come on, we're not even Mexican. Okay, so we have to focus on how we make people feel because people come once for the food, they come back for an experience, and they come a third time with their friends to tell a story, right? If all we do is just serve food, then we're just like everybody else. But if on that first visit, when they come in, we create connection and we create an experience, then they're going to go back and bring their friends and tell them about it, and we're going to have an opportunity to serve them again. That's how we have a chance. So how do we do it? Well, we started with a pretty unlikely food, and that is guacamole. Now, instead of guacamole being a food that you just made in the back kitchen, what if we could make guacamole into an experience? And so we created the guac and roll cart, where we'd bring it up right to your table with all the ingredients in a stone molcajete, and we would make it fresh right in front of you. No one was doing that at the time. So I was 13 and I was working because child labor laws weren't an issue back then, obviously. And I wanted to see if I could just take it one step further. And so I'd bring the card up to people and I'd be like, would you like the regular guacamole or would you like the theatrical presentation? And everyone's like, we got to go for the theatrical presentation. And so I was like, okay. They call me the GDDEE. Any guesses on what that means? And they're like, who is this kid, right? And I was like, it stands for Guacamole Distribution Development Engineer Extraordinaire. And they're like, what is happening? And I said, and I have a t-shirt. And I unzip my uniform, and then there would be GDDEE written on my t-shirt, right? And there's like, what is going on? Well, I would just tell jokes, and I would connect with them, and I'd make it an experience. And people would come again and again, and they'd say, you got to go try the guacamole at this place. And you got to have the guac guy do it. No one does it like he does. And they brought their friends because they wanted to create an experience and to create a story with them. And that's how we made guacamole unforgettable. But we didn't stop there because in our community, we invested in school fundraisers and community events, even though they weren't really profitable. And I remember going to fire stations, just giving food to the firefighters because at Los Gringos Locos, we didn't just serve food, we served connection. Now, fast forward a few decades. When the pandemic happened, all the restaurants in Los Angeles took a hit. And we couldn't let people inside our restaurant, so we had to go to a 100% takeout food model. And we were wondering, maybe this is it. How do we survive? But an amazing thing happened. People would order their tacos, and we'd give them their box, and they'd pay for it. But then they'd add a $100 bill on top of that, and they'd say, we need you to stay. We need you guys to survive. You were there for our son's wedding. You were here for our daughter's graduation. We need you in this town. And for all of a sudden, we weren't serving them, but they were serving us. And when the pandemic ended, for only the third time in my city's history, my uncle, his name is Bent Hansen, the crazy white guy running a Mexican restaurant, they gave him the key to the city because of the impact that our restaurant was having on the community. And I'm proud to say that this year, despite a recession, despite a pandemic, and despite the fires in LA, our restaurant is celebrating 30 years in business. Because that's what happens when people come once for the food, they come back for an experience, and they come a third time with their friends to tell a story. Now, this isn't about me. It's not about our restaurant. It's really about you and your business. Because in a world where AI and automation are completely changing the landscape, connection is going to be the premium currency moving forward. And to put it simply, if you aren't in the business of connection, then it doesn't matter what business you're in. So let me ask the question. Are you just serving from your menu of solutions and results? Or are you serving in a way that gets people to talk about it? Because people don't come back. They don't refer you because of what you do. They come back and refer you again and again because of how you made them feel. And when you do that well enough, when you create connection, they're going to go and bring all of their friends and tell them about it. And just like our guacamole, that's how you can become unforgettable. Thank you.